Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 1. We are going to focus on how to write a letter of instruction. This particular lesson is meant for the general training students. So this writing task 1 is not meant for the academic IELTS students. So if you're planning to sit for your general training IELTS writing task 1, then this video is for you. Now, before we get into the lesson, please help me to help other people by sharing this video with as many people as you can. It is my wish to be able to help everybody all over the world, especially people who don't have the money to pay for English lessons. So please help me to help as many people as you can, just by sharing the video with others. Now let's get into the question. The most important thing is to make sure that you understand the question. But before we get into the question, I'm just going to remind you a few things about IELTS Writing Task 1 for the general training students. Now, normally you get a letter. For the general training students, you get a letter for your Task 1. And there are 3 different types of letters. You could get a formal letter, or an informal letter, or a semi-formal letter. So in this particular lesson, we are going to learn how to write a letter of instruction, and once you've read the question, you should be able to know whether it is formal, informal, or semi-formal. So let's read the question together. You have just spent a week with a friend on holiday. You got home. You realized you had left your wallet there. So you have just spent a week with a friend on holiday. And when you got home, you realized that, oh, you had forgotten your wallet in their house. The question is, write a letter to your friend. Now, the fact that you're writing a letter to your friend, it means that it is an informal letter. Informal means friendly. It is a friendly letter. It is informal. In your letter, A, thank your friend for the holiday. B, explain that you left your wallet in their house. And C, give them instructions on how to send it back to you. So you have 3 points that you must include in your letter. A, thank your friend for the holiday. B, explain that you left your wallet in their house. C, give them instructions on how to send it back to you. So how do you structure a letter, or rather an informal letter? Because we are looking at an informal letter. We are looking at a friendly letter. The structure of a formal letter is quite different from the structure of an informal letter. So we are concentrating in this particular lesson on how to write an informal letter, that is, a friendly letter. So the structure of an informal letter or a friendly letter is that the first thing that you write is what we call the salutation. Number 1, I have divided the letter into 7 steps. You can see I have the steps in red. So the first step number 1, is to write the salutation. The salutation is what we call the opening remarks, okay? The salutation is the greetings. Okay? And because it is a friendly letter, you have to ensure that your greetings are also informal. So I always encourage my students that when they are writing an informal letter, which we also call a friendly letter, begin with hi or hello. So, and then of course write the name of the person to whom you're writing the letter. So, hi Charlotte. You can also say, hello Charlotte. But if you write Dear Charlotte, that is a little bit too formal. You can use that for a formal or a semi-formal letter, but for an informal letter, use hi or hello. So, hi Charlotte, and then don't forget the comma. After that, step number 2 is what we call the introduction. That is the introductory remarks, the introduction of your letter. And most of the times, if it is a friendly letter, then you would start with, some kind of greetings, okay? Well-wishing kind of greetings. So, hi Charlotte. Now, how are you doing? It is a friendly letter. So, step 2, begin with some kind of greetings. How are you doing? I hope that all is well with you as well as the rest of your family. I hope that all is well with you as well as the rest of your family. So that is step 2. It is a friendly letter. So you can always begin your letter with, how are you doing? I hope that all is well with you as well as the rest of your family. Now, once you have greeted them and you have kind of wished them well, how are you doing? I hope that all is well with you as well as the rest of your family. Step number 3. You have to write a paragraph about the first point that IELTS has requested you to include in the letter. IELTS tells you, write a letter to your friend. In your letter A, thank your friend for the holiday. So the third paragraph is going to be the first point, that is, thank your friend for the holiday. So in that entire paragraph, we are going to thank the friend for the holiday. So I begin with the words, thank you so much for being such a wonderful host and making my holiday an unforgettable experience that I will cherish for many years to come. I'm already missing your yummy meals. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful host. Okay, so you spent a week with your friend on holiday, and now you're thanking your friend for the holiday. So you're thanking them for being such a wonderful host. Now, when you receive a guest in your house, you are the host. Okay, the person you invite is the guest and you are the host. So thank you so much for being such a wonderful host and making my holiday an unforgettable experience that I will cherish for many years to come. I am already missing your yummy meals. Now, in that particular third paragraph, what we have done is thanked the friend for the holiday. And you notice in that particular paragraph, I began straight away with thank you, because I want the examiner to know that I am answering the first point. Thank you, thank your friend for the holiday. I want the examiner to know I'm writing about the first point, that is A. Now let's move on to the next paragraph, and in the next paragraph we are going to write about the second point that we have been told by IELTS to include in our letter, and that is explain that you left your wallet in the house. Now, your wallet is where you put your money or your bank cards, your driving license. So explain that you left your wallet in their house. Now we begin step 4. Unfortunately, much to my great disappointment, I just found out that I forgot my wallet in your house. You see, I am writing directly addressing the second point, which is explain that you left your wallet in their house. So unfortunately, much to my great disappointment, I just found out that I forgot my wallet in your house. I suspect that it must be laying in one of the drawers in your guest bedroom. I suspect, now suspect means I think. I suspect that it must be laying in one of the drawers in your guest bedroom. So in that paragraph, I have addressed the second point, which is explain that you left your wallet in their house. And then we move on to the next paragraph, which is paragraph 5 or step 5. And in that paragraph, we are now going to respond to the third point that IELTS has told us we must include in our letter. And that is C, give them instructions on how to send it back to you. Give them instructions on how to send the wallet back to you. So we begin the paragraph. As soon as you get hold of it, kindly do send it to me by registered post. The address of my new apartment is 25 Congleton Close, CV10, Coventry. It should be delivered in 3 to 4 working days as soon as you post it. It will be a great relief to have it back because all my bank cards and driving license are all in there. So in that entire paragraph, I have answered C. Give them instructions on how to send it back to you. So as soon as you get hold of it, to get hold of something, as soon as you find it, kindly do send it to me by registered post. Now, registered post means that when you go to the post office and you want to send a package, you request that the package, as soon as the person receives the package, they sign for it. That is registered post. It is a post that for the receiver to receive it, they have to sign for it. So if you want to send something and you want to ensure that it does not get lost, then the best way is to always use registered post. So as soon as you get hold of it, kindly do send it by registered post. And then I gave Charlotte my address. So the address is where you live. The address of my new apartment is 25 Congleton Close. So 25 is the house number. Congleton Close is the name of the street. And CV10 is the postcode. And Coventry is the city. Okay? So, and then I let Charlotte know that it should be delivered in 3 to 4 working days as soon as she posts it. So in 3 to 4 working days, as soon as she posts the package with my wallet in it, I should be able to receive it. And then I said it will be a great relief to have it back. I will be very relieved. I'll be very happy to have it back because all my bank cards and driving license are in there. Remember, you're supposed to write 150 words or more if you're aiming for a band 8 or a band 9, then try and write more than 150 words. But obviously, it is better to just write 150 words than to write more and make mistakes. And then, so what we have done in paragraph 5 or in step 5, we have ensured that we have responded to the third point that IELTS has told us to ensure that we include in our letter, and that is give them instructions on how to send it back to you. And then step 6. Step 6 is the conclusion. Okay? It is the conclusion, and that is the remarks that you use to, it's, you are ending your letter. And in this case, I say thank you. Okay, thank you, because I'm expecting Charlotte to look for my wallet, and once she finds it, I'm expecting her to go all the way to the post office to post it. Okay, so for that reason, I say thank you and take good care of yourself. Okay, thank you and take good care of yourself. Now, in step 6, you could also simply write, take good care of yourself. Okay, take good care of yourself. But in this case, I want to be grateful because I forgot my wallet in Charlotte's house, and I'm asking her to look for it and send it through the post office, and that's going to cost her time. So for that reason, I say thank you and take good care of yourself. So that is kind of the conclusion of the letter. You're signing off the letter, okay? And then we move on to the last step of writing an informal letter, and that is step number 7, where you simply write your name. Okay, and because this is an informal letter, it is a letter to a friend, you don't need to write your full name. All you have to write is just your first name, and that is Hannah. Okay, so step 1, greetings. That is, hi Charlotte. Okay, well, and that is the salutation. Step 2, you are exchanging pleasantries. We call that pleasantries. Just say, how are you doing? I hope that all is well with you as well as the rest of your family. Okay, that is a standard way of exchanging pleasantries with somebody. And then in step 3, you address the first point, that is A, thank your friend for the holiday. And then in step 5, address the second point, explain that you left your wallet in their house. And then in step 5, give them instructions on how to send it back to you. Okay, so step 3, we addressed the first point, that is A. In step 4, we address the second point, that is B. And in step C, in step 5, we address the third step, and that is C. Okay? And then once you have done that, you conclude by, sign off by saying, take good care of yourself, or thank you and take good care of yourself. And then once you have done that, you write your name. Okay, so those are the 7 steps of writing an informal letter by IELTS standards, where you always receive 3 points that you need to include in your letter. So just memorize the 7 steps, okay? And I have explained to you exactly what to put where. Now, this brings me to the next section of our lesson, where I'm just going to point out a few things that might help you to get a higher band. Now, when it comes to an informal letter, we don't want to use academic English. Okay, we don't want to use academic English. If you use academic English, it is formal. So if you use academic English in an informal or a friendly letter, then you will lose marks for that. So in an informal letter, do not use academic English. Instead, use casual informal English. For example, you're allowed to use contracted forms. Like, for example, instead of saying that in the second paragraph, instead of saying, I am already missing your yummy meals, I said am, contracted form. I''M. And then instead of saying delicious or scrumptious meals, I said yummy, because yummy is very informal. Okay? It's very, very informal. So be very careful when it comes to the sort of language that you use when you're writing an informal letter. Make sure that the language is informal. Also, be very careful with your spellings and punctuation. After hi Charlotte, put your comma, okay? Put your question marks where they need to be. So be careful with that. Now, the other thing is how you structure your paragraphs. For an informal letter, just have 7 steps. That means you should have 7 paragraphs, so to speak. Essentially, they're not really paragraphs, but they are 7 steps. Hi Charlotte, the first one, then the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. The next tip that I'm going to give you is make sure that you write a paragraph on each of the points that IELTS has told you to include in the letter. Write a paragraph for that, okay? You saw for A, we wrote 3 paragraphs, that is paragraph 3, 4, and 5, okay? Then remember your closing statement, that is thank you and take good care of yourself, okay? And then you write your name. Choose, and your first name is enough for an informal letter. Do not write your full name because you're writing to your friend, okay? So there you go. That's how you're supposed to write this particular letter of instruction. This particular letter, which is an informal or a friendly letter. Now, if you found this video helpful at all, then please share this video. Please help me to help other people by sharing this video on all your social media platforms. Give other people a chance to benefit from this video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful videos, and turn your notification bell on so that you know as soon as I upload a new video. I upload a video at least 3 videos per week. Usually you will find that I upload between 2 to 3 videos per week. Now, thank you very much, and I shall see you in our next lesson. Bye bye, and take good care of yourself.